Today I'm talking all about the Power Pole Micro. I've got it installed on my Nucanoe Unlimited and I love it. But there are a few things that I wish would change. And here are two of them that I've really found. The first is the battery pack. It comes with a way to actually wire it in. And in a kayak, though I've got it powered, I don't necessarily want to do that just because it's more wires in my kayak and it's cramped and end up getting hung up on it or whatever. So I went ahead and bought the battery pack and I really like it. It's lightweight. It's literally the size of like a power tool battery. So it adds very little weight and it's awesome. The one problem with it is that it's actually doesn't last long enough. I took it to the river last weekend and I was up and down a lot, granted, but it just didn't last that long. And it bugged me, I'm not gonna lie, just because I really expected a little bit more out of it. Now, granted, it lasted like 3/4 of the day, and when it did die, the water was rising and the fishing wasn't any good, so I stopped using it. But had I needed it, I would have liked to have been able to have it. And with that said, when the battery died, it was actually anchored down, of course, and I couldn't pick it up with the remote because the battery's dead. So I had to get out of the kayak and pull it up by hand. And I don't know how good that is for the motor itself, but I did it and it still works now, so that's fine. But that's just something to watch out for if you get it. The next thing that I didn't really like about it is the length of the pole. Now, if you fish shallow water, it's not that big of a deal. But every now and then I fish like 8 to 10, 12 foot of water, and I would like a 12-foot pole just to have to go a little bit deeper, because this pole, even though it's 8 foot long, it's only good for like 7 feet deep because it sets about a foot up out of the water. That's really the only thing I didn't like about it. Now I'm gonna go over a few of the little features that I do like and tell you a little bit about that. So here we can see that I've got buttons and I absolutely love that. You can see, let's see how bright that is. You can't really, you can kind of see it. Maybe if there. Cast a shadow on it. Battery checker, that's pretty cool. Up and down buttons, push up, it comes up, push down, it goes down. And if you want to anchor, you double click it and it goes all the way down till it can't anymore. And if you want to bring it all the way up, you double click it again. And then I'm not sure exactly, I think that's the anchor mode again. And then this is their Sea Monster whatever that just really anchors, locks you into place in like high winds or high currents. Here's the battery pack. You can see this hole comes off and just leaves the rest of this. I did have to buy a special bracket. I know my parents, it could bolt straight to their kayak, so they wouldn't have to buy this special bracket, but with the Nucanoe Unlimited, I did have to buy a special bracket. It was kind of expensive, but it wasn't that big of a deal. And that's really, I mean, it's pretty simple, basic, easy. There is one more thing I'm going to show you. I've got the key fob buttons here. You press up and down and they work. Comes with the lanyard so you don't drop it and lose it in the water. I actually think it floats. It feels light enough like it floats, but I'm too much of a chicken to test it out just in case this isn't waterproof or anything. There's also another buttons that it came with, and I'm actually going to install on my kayak and leave them on my kayak. And instead of wearing this lanyard, because I've got another lanyard that I wear for my motor guide remote, and they just kind of get in the way and they're kind of a pain. So I'm going to install the buttons that came with the power pole onto my kayak too, and that way I don't have to carry around this lanyard as well, but I've always got a backup just in case I need it. If you're decking out a kayak like this, I highly recommend you check out my Motor Guide XI3 review. There's a lot of things that I love about it, but there are a few things that it might be a deal breaker, honestly, and I don't want you wasting your money. I'll leave that linked right here and you can check it out. Thank you guys for watching and have an awesome day.